Call this computer. Okay, let's start with the usual corporates. Okay, let's go to NASDAQ. We do the NASDAQ first. Let's touch the dollar. Actually, let's start with the dollar. Okay, so the dollar, right. I think the dollar is getting to a place where it's looking good, I think, if I look at it. I think there's still one more leg to the downside, but there could be a very good move to the upside first because we are outside the KC channel. So we've gone closed outside, gone one down. I do expect one more leg to the downside. Um, but this is a good close, and it could potentially move us slightly back into the band, maybe around, I'd say around like 100 zone, where the KC channel sits, which is about 101. Somewhere there, and then potentially come back down. Um, if we go to 4 hours, maybe 4 hours might give us an inkling as to what's likely to happen quickly. So yeah, so we've gone to the upside. We've gone to the upside here. MACD is ticking down. Tried to go up, couldn't go. We are below the 50 EMA, and this is a green candle trying to go up. So I think potentially we do a leg down, and the leg down brings us back to either a lower high, something like that, like a lower high. Before you tend to go up. But the way these weekly um, exceeds around the KC channel work, I like to see one close, then I like to see another one and another one. So it's good. It's not far off from where it's supposed to go, and I could come all the way down here to about 96. So that's the dollar. Let's move on. Um, George, if there's anything that you want to ask, just stop me, yeah? Um,
All right,
James
cool.
James is not joining us today. He's got a bit of a family appointment or whatever. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. So we've got let's move on to Nasdaq. Nasdaq weekly chart. Nasdaq's looking really bullish, like on the weekly chart. Looks really good. So again, we've closed outside the KC channel. We've gone lower, but this is so big. Like this is such a big down. I mean, from here, this was 17.2 and this was 16.3, almost like 1,000 points between it. So no wonder we didn't get another one. Because normally I like to see three of them, but we got two, and it's a divergence as well. So hence why obviously we're going up. Um, and I think this is also bullish. We've got divergence as well here as well. So I think into next week, I would expect us to continue to go up into next week. Um, maybe we go up first before any down. Even if we come down to retest this trend line, we'll go up first. I think if we go to 4 hours, we might get a view. Let me try and move this a little bit up somewhere so it doesn't disturb me. Good. Oh, come on. Move you down here. Okay. 4 hours. So on 4 hours, we have the only thing is we've got some pink candles that are sitting below. So there's a pink candle here. Um, so there's a pink candle which has to be exceeded around 18.1. So that becomes an area of interest for me in terms of a pullback. So, and we've gone up off the back of the pink candle. So I think maybe we will go up a little bit more. I think we'll go up a little bit more into next week. And the same into next week, I would expect this to also collapse and come back and come off close of this pink candle. Um, and then potentially we can continue going up. So this pink candle is an area of attraction for me. So go up a little bit more. Maybe we can go all the way up to maybe even 19.8, even up to 20,000. It's possible. And then we can come down. When we start coming back down, this will be my area of interest. That area around 18.1 would be an area of interest for me. We'll probably go a little bit more lower than that. So that's the Nasdaq. I don't think we've got. Yeah, so this one, me and James were talking about this last week, and we got exceeded. So we've exceeded it and then went up. So I think we go up a bit more. We go up a bit more first, into some of these resistance and then come back down. So that'll be the Nasdaq. Let's move on to SPX. SPX is also the same. SPX is literally the same, to be honest. It's got again, pink candle. We exceeded it last week, and then we went up. So, and I think if I don't know whether we've got a pink candle here as well that needs to be exceeded. Let's see. Yeah, no, there's no pink candle here. Not on 8 hours. We don't have one here. We don't have one on 4 hours, do we? No, no pink candles on the SPX to be exceeded. So it looks good. It looks clean to me on XPX. So again, I expect this to go up a bit more, then maybe come back later. Come back later when the um, 50 EMA is going to cross the 200 EMA. Then we'll have a pullback into it, and maybe it will come a bit more lower. So it's a very similar picture to the Nasdaq. Um, there's one here I want to add to it, gold. There's a good trade on gold. If you're interested, this one you probably have to take it off Owanda. But this is the sort of trade I've been waiting for, and I've got it. So you can see we've got a stopping candle here. So this is a stopping candle of the big move that we've done from here from 11th of November all the way. Now we have a stopping candle. We have two stopping candles. Initial one here. This is like a warning shot. Then you go up one last time. So, and there's a divergence as well between here and there. So there's a weekly divergence in play, bearish, not bullish, but bearish divergence here. So, the very least, because you got a pink candle, we'll go below it. At the very least, 3,260 is a given. It's a given. Um, but I think it comes all the way down to about here, which will be around 3,166. So, which would be a good trade. But this could be a very big trade. It could come all the way down to this point here. It could come all the way down to 2.8. Gold could be coming all the way down to 2.8. So it's a huge trade, and there's a pink candle that has to be exceeded also on, I think, let's see, where is it? Where is that pink candle? It's on 12 hours here, right? So this pink candle is sitting at 2956. So at the very least, that's the profit target. At the very least, that's the profit target we are looking for, 2978. So this is a really, really good shot on gold. So it's one I'll be taking. So I've got one entry there. I'm gonna pick another entry into next week. If it tries to go up a little bit more, I'll wait. I'm going to wait to see what happens. If it goes up into this week, and normally you can get a push into somewhere here, maybe 50% of the week you can get it. The same way we can get at the bottoms of these moves, you can get like a bullish candle at the bottom. I'll just bring one here. So see this one here. So you get the bullish candle at the bottom, and you come back into it, right? So you come back into it and then go. I'd expect the same. So even if we cascade down, so we could cascade down into the target zone. So we could have uh, we may not go up. We may just cascade down and come to the target zone here, then bounce up again into this point here. So whichever way it plays out, if it goes straight up, then I will take my profit there and wait for the bounce. And when the bounce comes back up, again, I'll have another sitting around here, 3357, somewhere there. I'll place a short order when I take the profit down here and then wait for it to come and collect me. And that one, I will not be touching that. I won't be touching down until we come all the way down to the 50-day EMA, which is somewhere here, 2750 or something like that, to the tops here. That will be the target. So this is a very good one. It's one I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for such a trade for a long time. So it's good to see it on the weekly chart and then just let it play out. At least we'll go down 3 weeks in a row. At the very least, there'll be 3 weeks in a row like we got here. one, two, like one, two, three, 3 weeks in a row. We're gonna get that. Similarly to here, one, two, 3 weeks in a row. When you get at these tops, you tend to have a 3 week streak of going down. So this is a very good one. This is a very good gold short. And then let's move on to I think Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. So let me use a cleaner chart. This is too dead. This is too messy. Been drawing too many stuff, too much stuff on my chart. Okay, so Bitcoin is looking really strong, I would say. If you look at the monthly chart, this is a big, big, big candle. This is a really, really strong candle. I don't expect that between now and the end of the month, this whole candle will be reversed. No, it's unlikely. Unless, of course, there's nuclear bombs throwing from Russia to USA or something like that. Then, of course, yes, anything can happen. But on balance of probability, this candle will not be reversed before the end of the month. And if we have this candle form, yes, we may pull back a little bit. There might be a small pullback, and I think I've got a pullback to about 88K potentially. But then we go again. We go full cent again. So the weekly chart is looking good. I think we'll close green, green, green again, which means next week, chances are we go higher. So chances are we will go higher next week and then potentially pull back. So, next week I expect us to maybe go and test some of these key resistance, maybe even go all the way up to here, which is about 102K. Potentially we can. Anything between these points here and here is a zone of interest. Then after that, I think we come back into this candle to form a lower high so that you've got lower high and then you continue the journey to the upside. So, but if you look at the scenarios that we had here, we had about, I think, a drop off. So here, we came here, we touched the 50, went up and came back into it again before we went back up and then slight lower high. So here, if this is the scenario we're going to get, which is three candles in a row, which is very likely, then you say, what was the drop? The drop was about, we had a drop of about 10%. 10%. So if we say we get 10%, and let's say we get to this point here and you put 10% on it, 10% brings us somewhere to about 91,000, 90,000. So 90,000. If we don't get to 102 and we only get to say these stops here, and we say we take it from here and we drop about 9%. Again, we get about 90,000. So for me, I think 90,000 becomes, or even 88K, these stops here, 89K, 80K becomes the place where, price will pull back to. So if we go to 4 hours and go and look at 4 hours and see what's happening, uh, we can see a lot of consolidation happening. Um, we kind of chopping downwards. MACD is down, energy flow is down. So, it depends on how this 4 hour candle closes. If it closes green and this closes green and this closes green, then potentially we'll be going up. But I think we come back down. I think there's a down in it first. So, we bring it down a little bit to about the 90K. And if we do that tonight into Monday, then that's the end of the fall already done. So Monday early morning, maybe we might be somewhere here, or we could come even a little bit lower to about here, 88K. I'll just kind of put it at the bottom here, somewhere 89K, 90K. In between here and here, I think price will come back to. And after that, we're going way higher, way higher. If that happens, we're going straight to a new all-time high. So I'd expect the pullback to come. I expect us to pull back in and then continue the journey to the upside. So it's looking good. I mean, look, if you look at This one here, we closed outside the KC channel, and then we went one up, two. So you always get two after they close outside. Especially on the daily chart or weekly chart, you can expect at least another one. When you close outside, you can expect another one at the very least. You tend to get two on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's one. So it's looking good on Bitcoin. The only pink candle I've got, which is a bit of a concern for me, is here and it's sitting at 86,000. There's a pink candle, it's sitting at 86,000, which has to be exceeded at some point. And the question is, if we fall, are we going to come all the way back down here to about 85K? I don't think so. Um, I don't think we're going to come that far down, but it's possible. It's possible. So I think we just have to be
But your
alive.
your prediction is that that could be maybe after we hit the first pink candle, then the next time around when it goes to an all-time high and it's coming back, it could backtrack all the way down to the
85.
85 because
Yes.
that candle is still sitting there. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we could do it this next week. It could be the next week. We
Mm,
actually fall all
okay.
the way back down to here, which is at 86, 85K, which will be these tops. See, this is the first level rise. If we look at it from this point, like let me put a line on it so we know where it's sitting. Let's get this pullback target. Let's move this here to here, right? So that we know where it's sitting, right? Pink candle. And then we go on to the week daily chart because then you see the pattern. So from here all the way to this point here is one level rise. This is level one. This is level two. And normally with these candles, when we exceed the previous peak, which is this peak here and this peak here, so we broken down the resistance, right? This is resistance line. And we've broken the resistance firmly. When you come to do the retest, you know, yes, we can come to this point. Yeah, we can because it's still above the 200 moving average, which is here. We are still above this 200. So, yeah, we can pull back all the way down to this point here. And that would be good because once we do that, then it's off to the races. You're off to the races. Whereas if we just go up to 102, or even maybe we might only just get up to here. We might only get up to the tops 110, and that will bring us all the way back down to this point here, and that will be very painful because then
Mm,
it's going to be more difficult to then go back up again because it's like you've been rejected here and you've been rejected here, and you have a double top.
yeah.
You're going to come way below this bottom here if that scenario plays out. So I personally would rather it just comes down and exceed it at that point, 86K, 85K, and then at least we know, okay, we've done the falling. The falling is finished, right? And then actually now let's send it. We can send it properly because now you got level one, level two. We pulled back and off we go into level three. But you know what? If I look at the weekly, it looks really bad. It looks pretty scary, right? It looks scary if you come all the way from here, boom, like Sunday, let's say we close midnight somewhere here. Let's say we close here, 92,000. And then you come all the way, boom, to here, 86K. Okay, let's say you come to the bottom part of it here, which is sitting around like 85K. It's still not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, but it looks a little bit scary. For for some of the odds, it's going to be like decimation. But if we look at a similar example here, like here, for example, look at this. Like, you close the week, you come all the way down. Like we did quite a big move down from here all the way there. Then we went even lower again before we started sending it off. For me, this is the part we are in at the moment. This section is where we are in. So we've done three candles to the upside. One, two, three. One, two, three. It's left with this side before the send. This side is what is
Yeah,
left. So yeah, even if we go up, we won't go up much.
March, okay.
We won't
But
go up
likely
much.
come down, yeah.
Likely more to come down into these zones here first before. Then we can actually do a full send. And then that one, yes, will go into the 130, 140, 150 Bitcoin before coming down.
Right.
Um, yeah, 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 yeah. It will be like gold, the same way like gold did. So if I bring the gold chart for a minute, just to show a comparison. So you see that here, we are here, like Bitcoin, we are like here, one Bitcoin. This, this is, oh no, no, actually, we're not here. Here. So from here to here, back here. This is like something like this we are on Bitcoin. So if we come back to the 200 or the 50. Are we on the 50? Let me see if we are on the 50 or 200. Bitcoin is on the weekly chart. We are on the, yeah, we're on the 50. We're on the 50 EMA. So it's going to be very similar to here, us touching this point here, playing around here, and then off we go. So you're going to have three, like another three move to the upside. You can see this one here goes boom. This is like parabola. It just
Right.
goes boom like that.
Way up.
You know, if you look at the monthly chart, it's like month on month on month on month on month on month on month, constant going up. So it's going to be something like this. So if you say our previous peak is here, like Bitcoin, when we are somewhere here, let's say we are somewhere there, and you're going to have come back to the previous peak, get a bit of resistance, then send it off again, like we've done on gold. So I'm expecting something similar on Bitcoin, but it's how it all pans out, I think is going to be important because if we don't pull back properly, even up to somewhere here, is we can still come to 82K and it's okay. It's fine. We can come even here, 879,000. It's okay. No problem. We'll still go up. So any of those options, the pullback, we need a pullback so that we can get people to join the party. Because
Yeah,
if we
okay.
don't get the people to join the party, they'll be shorting it and shorting it and shorting it, trying to short it back down again. So yeah, that's I think for
Okay.
me,
You
that's
need
what I'm
them to
seeing.
join the party at the bottom and then we
Yeah,
can all go
because
up. Yeah.
when here to here, when you get these wicks, it creates an imbalance in the order book. Like it goes fast too quickly that people don't get a chance to react. So this area, anybody looking to buy, there will be orders here. There will be orders here. There'll be orders here, 50%. There'll be so much orders here. If I went to 70, let's see, 78 to 76 on the liquidity map for a minute. Let's have a look. I'm sure there will be so much liquidity sitting there waiting to be picked up. Let's see if that's the case. Let's go to 3 days. Uh, so this is 80. So we've got, let's make this 1 month. Give me the 1 month picture. So we got something here, 74, 75K. You can see there's a big line here of liquidity. But this is it is there's some here at 83 as well, and there's a big liquidity here at 67.
Below,
So
yeah.
yeah, so if we go up, this is the thing. If we keep going up, then this area becomes an attraction because the liquidity at the top is not enough. Then if I go and look at liquidity, we've got some there all the way up to 104. You do where we are, Akadin, Akawi, Kituawi. You've only then just got, if you got even 6 months. Yeah, so we can take all these to 120. It could keep going up. That one, there's liquidity for them to go and take.
And liquidity would keep forming up.
And liquidity will
And
keep forming as people open shorts anyway. So it
yeah.
could keep on feeding itself and going up and up and up and up. So, but ideally, ideally, you would want a bit of a pullback for other people to join the party. So let's see. But that's my bias anyway. With all these big candles, I always say when they form on the weekly chart, the following week, expect a pullback. It's just the way it is. Even this one, you got a small pullback off the back of it. Even this one, you got a small pullback before you went up. So now this one is formed, you can get a small pullback, at the very least, a small pullback, and then you continue the journey to the upside if we have to. So tonight is going to be a red night, I think, into Monday morning, I think probably. That's what I'd say on Bitcoin. Let's move on to Bitcoin dominance because I want to just briefly bring Bitcoin dominance up. Or let's look at a positive picture, which is total three. This is the top 100 coins, altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So TIA falls into this category, right? Um, and so last week we had a bullish candle. So I knew we were going to go up, and we went up the following week, and we've done our second rise. I think there's another one left. I think there's another one left. So we have three to the upside, one, two, and three. Three to the upside at the very least before we get a correction. So maybe we come back and test these points here. So if I move this, come back and test these bits here, and then maybe we face a resistance coming from a lower high. We could come all the way back down to this point here, or we could just come back and test the 50 EMA and then continue the journey up. So I think next week, after this whole small move to the downside, I expect the altcoins to keep on going up. Um, we don't have a MACD cross yet. We don't have a RSI cross yet. And if we go on the daily chart, there was no pink candles that I could see for. There's no pink candles here. There's no pink candles on the 12 hours that needs to be exceeded. I think there's one sitting down. Okay, there's one here. What's this one here? This is 761. This is 762. So there is a pink candle to be exceeded. So yeah, there's opportunity for price to come back to this point. Yeah, so I won't be surprised if we come back down, exceed this pink candle, go down a little bit, maybe to here or even up to these tops here before we do ascend. So if we put another one here, there, and go onto the weekly chart, yeah, yeah. So I won't be surprised at all if we end up finding ourselves here, back here. Um, because I can't seem to get myself to count, you know, I've counted three levels plus four. Normally three plus four, three level drops plus four is very good for a bullish ride, like here. So one drop, up, two drops, up, three drops, lower high, and off we go. So we've done this side here. So this side here we are doing, right? One, two, three. It's left with a pullback. And on this
Okay.
side, we did like how much was the drop? About 17% drop. So if we go and put similar 17% drop here, 17%, 17. Yeah, gets you into the wick. Exactly. Gets you into the wick. So we could expect some of the coins to drop 17%, at least 10 to 17% on the alts. So, and Bitcoin dominance is also going up. So Bitcoin dominance is still strong. We've closed outside the KC channel on the weekly chart. So this is a close outside. So you have one and two. So maybe there's one more left. There's one last one left before this thing collapses back down. So one more week of it going up, and then it forms a stopping candle. Then you have your alt season from then onwards. So that kind of marries in with a drop first. This goes up, they come down, and then following week, this drops all the way back down to somewhere here. The altcoins go on a run, big run. Um, so let's look at some of the alts, like TIA, for example. Let's look at TIA BTC first, because it's interesting when you look at the BTC pairs. It's very bullish at the moment. So you can see we've done, this is a bullish divergence we formed here on the weekly chart. But there's a pink candle here to be exceeded at what this is sitting at 258. So, it's possible that we come back and exceed this pink candle first as Bitcoin dominance keeps rising. We come and exceed this, and then we have a proper send to the upside. Um, so, but other than that, this looks positive. We said positive chart, low rise, come back into the wick and get support. If I bring the other one, the other tier BTC chart, it's also the same. So again, the pink candle has been exceeded on this one. This is why I like to compare different charts because they all have different patterns on them. This one,
Mm,
we've exceeded the pink candle. We have a bullish candle here, and so you would expect this to go up.
mhm,
Here I would expect this to go up, not go below anymore. And then if I bring the last one we've got here, the Binance one. So the Binance one is also looking very, very positive, right? So you
yeah,
can see we've exceeded the lower candle. This has exceeded this,
yeah,
and there's a divergence on it. So I don't expect this to go any lower. Like, I don't expect this to be exceeded. No, I wouldn't
yeah,
expect it to be
that's fine.
exceeded. TIA is looking positive on the Bitcoin pairing chart. It's quite strong at the moment. And even if you go to 4 hours, there's a pullback on it. Yes, we're going to get a pullback, which is happening. So there will be a pullback. Maybe you get lower high and then off you go, something like that. Um, there isn't a pink candle I can see. There's no pink candles on this side. There's no pink candles on the side. 4 hours, no pink candles. So it looks clean. It's just one last zip, and this could be it.
Oh,
It could come all the way to this point here. Let me just put a line for next week. Maybe it could come all the way here and then send it. That's it. Come all the way down here and send it into this wick because this wick hasn't been tested properly yet. So it could come into this and
Mm,
then go. That'll be it. So if you go on the USD pair chart itself, and I've drawn a number of things on the chart. So we've done the low, lower high, off. Now we need to come back into these tops. We should not break, we should not close below what's it? 264. We don't want to close below 264. Because if we close below 264, that's the pivot. That's the pivot here. We don't want to break the pivot. We don't want to close below the pivot effectively. Because once you close below the pivot, then it means you're going to go down more, which is exactly what normally happens with the bottoms as well, right? So this is the pivot here. And once we closed, this one closed below the close was here. So as soon as we had this, that was a dead card. You're going to go lower. And we've gone lower than the pivot. So we don't want
mm,
to close below. If we close below this, then this is in trouble. This area here is in trouble. It could go all the way to double bottom, 216, or we might go even 204, 202 before we go up. Um, but it's looking good.
woo.
It's a good positive chart. It's a very good positive chart. I like what I see. We've done all the levels that I can count. So I've counted all the levels. 5 level drops have been achieved. So one, two, three bounce, and then we've dropped. No, sorry, one, two, three. Uh, if I go on the daily, it's much easier to count on the daily chart. So you can see. So level one drop, level two, level three, and then rise. And then you have a level four here. We've got level four drop, and then we have our final level five. So we've done 5 levels to the downside with a divergence in play as well. So there's a divergence between here and there. It's beautiful. Divergence on the daily. We got the divergence also on the weekly. This is supposed, the minimum target on this should be here around $6, 578, $6. These tops, the pink candle here is the target now for the rise. This pink candle sitting at around what 567 and a low of 433. This is the target. So if it goes exceed it, then you're looking at 580, $6 as the target for the rise. So I'm not really worried about liquidations anymore. I don't think we'll go below the lows, but there's a 20% chance we could do a 204, a 202, but that is also okay. That's okay because it's not disastrous. And we'll still go up after that. So very, very positive on tier. Um, let's look at some other few coins and then maybe we can come back to tier. And let's look at DOT. DOT is also looking very good. So this is another one that is looking great. So, we've had a drops. This pink candle was waiting to be exceeded and it was sitting at $3.66. This was in October. And guess what? In April, we exceeded it. So now it's go time. Let's go to the uptime. We have a divergence as well. So there's a divergence between there, between here and here. There's a divergence between these two. And we have our bullish candles forming. Big volume coming to the market. This thing is going to go up. And its minimum target is about five, I say to the 50. That's the minimum target. But this thing goes all the way back up here to about $10. It's possible we get three candles like this in 3 weeks. In May, we can get these three candles here. And if I collect these three candles, we can drag it. If I drag them and say, give me this one and give me all the way up to here, and I move this and put it here, all right? Where do we land? $11. So that's the target.
Mm.
That's the target for it. So by ending of May, we could be at $11 on DOT. That won't surprise me at all. So it's a good one. And then we've got another good one in render as well. So render is also looking positive. As soon as we exceeded this pink candle, I knew it was go time. Pink candle exceeded, boom, you were going to go two more to the upside. So three, we got three in a row. Now it's time for it to cool off. So it's probably gonna come down into this candle, and it could well be that it comes down to here, 378, or slightly lower of about maybe 350, 348, something like that. Ideally, you don't want it to go more than 50% of the body of this candle. This top here tends to be the area of attraction. So if we put it somewhere there, $4, 376, and we go on the daily chart, you can see where it comes to. And that gives you like a lower high, and then off you go again. So this is also really, really, really good. It's a really good chart. And this one is also going all the way back up to the top. So if you take these candles here, and you say, okay, let's take that all the way up to there, and let's move it here to this point here. When it pulls back to say here, let's say we come back to somewhere there, you're back to a double bottom, which is double top, $11. So that's another 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So you're talking early June will be around that sort of zone on this coin as well. So it's looking good on this one as well. And let me one more that I saw, which was really good. Where is it? Is it say? Say, yeah, say is also good, looking really, really positive. So we've had our divergence candle, and we get down three candles in a row to the upside. Um, so it's also looking good. I think there's a potential for it to pull back to the 14 zone. It's possible. So if I was looking to buy, then I'll have my order sitting here, $15, 8.5. I'll just leave it at zero point 0.5 and I won't touch it. At some point, it may take a few weeks, maybe 2, 3 weeks, because next week we could go up first. We could go up first before coming back in, or it could happen just, into next week, come back into the zone, pick me up, and then I'll be off going. So this is also a very, very positive one, and it will go all the way to a dollar, back again, back to the dollar 12. So that's about 5x, 6x trade right there. It's
Yeah.
really good. Looks really good. And Pendle is also looking good. Pendle is done really well. It's also looking good as well. It's done, we this candle. I saw this candle. I was like, no, this is a reversal, potential reversal candle telling us things are changing. We had also exceeded the pink candle, which was sitting here at 184. So and there you go. So Pendle is looking good. I don't think Pendle comes back. Even if it comes back maybe into there somewhere here. It may be lower point here, maybe. Let's leave it there. Lower point somewhere here. Worst case scenario. And it continues $2.65, 63, and it continues to go up. This one actually is really, really strong because we are just above zero. We are almost crossing above zero on MACD, and the MACD lines have crossed. So this looks really positive. I don't even think you get here. I don't think you're going to even get here. So Pendle is looking really, really strong. But I'm honestly, I'm very, very, how do you call it? Looking forward to when these coins have finished their moves because it's very, 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 it's going to be sweet when they get to the tops. Because the way they trade is very the same. Like you go outside the band, so close outside the band on the weekly chart, we're looking for two more. So as soon as we get a second one close up, we start putting our shorts at the top. That's it. Do nothing. We just leave it there and wait for them to come and pick us up. We can put one here, we can put one at the top, and we can put one slightly higher. So that we got three orders. That's it. And then when it picks us up, we sell it when it gets to the nine. We will take our profit on the nine. So if let's say we are somewhere here, $7, we take our profit around $5 because we know it's gonna do the switchback. And then we put another new orders at the top again, wait for it to pick us up. And that's bringing us all the way back to the 50. So that one, we don't touch it till we get to the 50. It's very simple, very simple. There's no close, simple, like, oh, let me just go close it. No, we just play the game long term. These will be long term trades. And it said that's not TMY channel. We come and see X number, X negative or whatever, we'll come and see the same positive. And if you feel you've got enough, you can say, okay, I have enough. You know what I mean? Um,
Uh,
so that'll be our gameplay. I mean, Solana, another example is Solana. So, like for example, you close outside the band anytime price starts going up, and you close out, you can expect two more, one, two, before you come back to the band. Then you keep going, right? If you keep going, again, you can have one, two, and then you come back to the band. If you keep going, you have one, two, you come back to the band. So, if it breaks the band, straight away we take a long position because we know the following we're going to go up. You can trade it that way. You go up, you take profit. After the following week, you take your profit, and then you wait for your short to come and deliver, right? If it closes outside, you go long. Following week, you take your profit. You start looking for your short positions after the close of the following week. You take shorts. You close it back to the band. It's very, 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 very sweet. And then here, when you get to the euphoria section, which is level 3, so this is level 1, level 2. Even these shots are not juicy. There's no point taking these shots. You might as well just go long after level one, just take a long position and ride it till you get to
Yeah,
level two. When level two forms, yes, you can take a shot because the
a quick
pullback is
shot.
quite
Yeah,
the pullback is quite significant. And then when you get to three, as soon as you close outside, you're gonna get two more. You know you're gonna get two more. One, two at the very least. So you go long. So as soon as this closes,
Oh,
you take a long position. And you know the next 2 weeks you'll be going up, so you don't touch your trade for the next 2 weeks. You close it closer, maybe Friday to the end of the week, you close your trade on the long, and then you start preparing yourself for a short because you know there's a short coming. And then you take your short, bring it back to the nine to be safe, take your monies, wait for the bounce. And if it doesn't get back to these tops, that's fine. We don't chase. If we get stopping candle like this, then we know, okay, yes, okay, that might be the end of it. Then we take a short because that's coming all the way. It comes all the way to the 50. 50, you're expecting the 50. But this one, it would have caused problems for you a little bit because you would have taken a short somewhere here and you would have made profit. And if you didn't take it, you'd be back to negative. But of course, you still would have made money. It still would have given you money, but just that you see 10,000 on your account and the next day you come, it'll be minus
it's
100.
gone. Mm,
So this is why you need to decide, okay, look, I've got enough. I'll wait to see what happens. So, taking at the nine here, you take it at the 50 EMA, you take it and wait. If it bounces up, then of course you take another shot because you know there's a 200 move, the 50 has to be touched as well. So three trades in a space of how many weeks? From March all the way through to August. Only three trades. You're not going to be doing in, out, in, out, in, out. It's a very simple approach.
And
So
then we're trying, yes,
so
we
when we
need to
get
get out of the tier
yeah,
trade.
when we get out of the tier trade. So tier, I mean, let me just stop this recording
And
first, and then we can
everything.
talk about our stop